Right, hello there everyone, welcome back to another 10 o'clock with Redmond. We still haven't found a name for this series, but you know what? Last night's episode, which was basically talking about a few things that's going on within the Liverpool Football Club, news-related things, it went down well, you enjoyed it, and you have said that you want more. Therefore, like I said yesterday, I am the postman, therefore I am going to deliver, people. And here is another episode. The day after the most recent episode, by the way, of 10 o'clock with Redmonds. Make sure that you keep the support going on this series if you are enjoying it, and I will make it a thing. Now, bear in mind, it might not be uploaded at exactly 10 o'clock, but it'll be within the hour, there and thereabouts, you know what I mean? But no, seriously, use. I always flick my earphones, it's annoying. But seriously, though, thank you so much for every ounce of support that you have given me. I always say, and you're probably sick of me, and that's absolutely fair enough. And if you see me, I'll let you slap me. Please don't. But it means the world, so thank you so much. But boys, enough rambling and emotional shit. And girls, we have got stuff to talk about because there is some news. There is some big news, and I am here to deliver it to y'all. So, well, first off, before we get into the news, I want to touch more on the Everton game. Obviously, if you haven't watched my most recent video, then go and check that out. It's the Liverpool versus Everton preview. You can watch that either before or after this. But this is basically a point that I kind of forgot to mention in that video on Liverpool's path to victory in the derby. I'm only going to say this dead quick. Shut out James Rodriguez. Shut out that Colombian motherfucker, because let me tell you now, if you can, then we can easily win this game, or at least we can stop Everton from scoring, or make sure that they have less chances of scoring, because that's just the way it is. And also, you can say to me, but James, they've still got Dominic Calvert-Lewin who can score. But the thing is, everything goes through James Rodriguez. Let me tell you why. There's a stat that I found on the Echo, and it says basically here, James Rodriguez typically posts roughly 3 shots or shots or assists per match, providing that he remains on the pitch for 90 minutes, meaning if the Reds can keep him quiet, they will essentially be saving around 6 shots of Everton's average 13 per match this season. So to put that in perspective, because I just haven't read that well, Everton have had an average of 13 shots per game this year. James Rodriguez usually gets about 3 shots or 3 shots and assists in them games. He creates or is involved around 6 of them shots. Therefore, Everton are missing out on just over half of the chances that they'll be having on the game. That's amazing. So if you can shut out James Rodriguez, this is basically what Jurgen Klopp should be doing. If you can shut out James Rodriguez, then you can basically beat Everton. And make sure that you have got the brew, because we are chilling, we are relaxing. It is 10 o'clock or there and thereabouts. So I hope that you have made a brew. And if you haven't, then I expect you to pause the video and go and make a brew, or whatever you prefer to use for chill. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so that's basically the point that I wanted to make about James Rodriguez. Let me know in the comments down below if I'm right, if you agree with me. And also let me know in the comments down below, am I being naive to other players? If there's any Everton fans, let me know if I'm disregarding Dominic Calvert-Lewin without James Rodriguez. Let me know if I'm disregarding other players like Digne and Richarlison, which I'm not, by the way, but I just think the number one threat is James Rodriguez. But let me know if you disagree with that, like I said in the comments down below. Next thing, this is also just one last thing before we touch into the news. Well, it's kind of a bit of news if you don't know, but Firmino has been smashing it for Brazil. Now, what does this mean for the club side of things? Well, first off, let me tell you what he's done for Brazil. He got 2 goals against Bolivia, which was a 5-0 win. Brilliant for him. And also an assist against Peru, which they won 4-2. I think Peru was down to 10 men. Coutinho scored in one of them games as well. He actually assisted Richarlison, a fun fact as well. So, yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting, because does this give him a bit of confidence coming back into the Liverpool team? Now, I'm not saying it absolutely does, but just think about it and let's have a bit of fun with it. Firmino hasn't scored for a while. I think the last game that he scored in was the Chelsea game at the end of last season, and before that it was a long time. Now that we're in this time period right now, is this the game that the silent assassin returns? Does he just come out of nowhere like a Randy Orton and just gets a goal and nicks a goal? I'm going to do my score prediction and my lineup prediction tomorrow, so make sure that you tune for that. But to give something away, I think if anyone can nick a goal in this game, it is very much certainly Bobby Firmino. That's just my opinion. Also, we discussed this on Alex's YouTube channel, The Cop TV. Love Alex, my brother. I don't know if you're watching this, but I love you, fella. You gorgeous, man. He's a top guy. Go and subscribe to The Cop TV because I'm on there all the time. Post-match reactions and stuff like that. Basically like what you get on here, but a bit more extended over there. So, anyway, back to my point. I think Bobby Firmino could be a threat in this game. Let me know if you're an Everton fan and you're watching. Are you worried about Bobby Firmino? And Liverpool fans, do you think Bobby Firmino can make an impact in this game? Let me know. I also think there's room for players like Diego Jota and Origi as well. But Bobby Firmino for me. Anyway, let's stop talking. That's it. About all that, and let's get into some actual news, shall we? Because there is quite a bit to get through. First off, boys, I announced in yesterday's video that Naby Keita, there was rumours going around that because he's been on international duty, he apparently there was rumour that he contracted coronavirus. This came out today, and I am very, very happy to let you all know that Naby our kid, does not have the L-COVID, and it's amazing that he doesn't, because I am sick of our players losing the ability to play a match to a disease that they could smash in their sleep. And like let's be honest, like they could have the most devastating day in terms of diet, in terms of health, and they could probably still smash them with how much they've been training. It's insane. And obviously they can't play because they might spread it on the pitch and families, whatnot. I get it, but it's just annoying because 2 years ago this weren't a problem and now it is, and it is quite frustrating. But he's tested negative. That was all false rumours, fake news. You've heard it here first, well not first, but you've heard it here on James Redmond TV, and that is always good stuff. And do you want to see Naby Keita involved in the derby? Let me know in the comments down below. Another question, how do you want to see the midfield lined up against Everton? That's also something I'm very, very interested to hear, because if you'd ask me, I would say move Fabinho centre-back, put Thiago in the 6, and then Hendo and Gini. There's a little giveaway for tomorrow's lineup prediction as well. Next piece of news. You've been asking me to talk about goalkeepers more often in videos, and that's understandable because we've got a situation with our backup goalkeepers, so I'm more than happy to do so. And I'm more than happy to keep you updated on the transfer news now. We've been linked with Jack Butland. We were even linked with Gazaniga from Spurs on the last day of the transfer window. Recently, a name's popped up in Subasic. Now, if you don't know Subasic, he's the former goalkeeper for AS Monaco. Actually has very good stats. He doesn't make the same mistakes, the same howling mistakes as you know, an Adrian is known for, or a Mignolet, or a Karius. And the best thing about it is, he's a free agent. Boys, let me just repeat that. He's a free agent one more time. Like, we've got Adrian and Golan and Kelleher and some 17. He's a free agent, and let's be honest, he's, 32, 33, I think. Therefore, he is not going to be looking to be a first-choice goalkeeper. And with how often Alisson is injured, this could be a great chance to go out and get someone. It's still possible. But let me tell you the bad news about this, boys, because here's me spitting knowledge and spitting facts, and I do not know more about football than Jurgen Klopp. And I could very well possibly be overreacting on Adrian, but just with the mistakes that I've seen him make, and with the fact that Subasic is available, and you're not getting him, and he's free. Did I mention that he's free? He's free, by the way. Jack Butland, I would even take Jack Butland. I don't care how many Stoke fans come to me and say, oh, but he's our second choice goalkeeper and you're taking him. He's better than Adrian. He's much better than Adrian. And if there's any manager that can get Jack Butland back on top of his game, I'm not sure if it is Jurgen Klopp with his track record, but he usually does improve players. Therefore, I will go with the narrative that he would improve Jack Butland, because why not? Why not? Let me know in the comments down below if you're on the same page as me on this, Reg, because, and even neutral fans, am I overreacting about these goalkeepers? But it's a conversation coming between all the Liverpool fans, and I think we are realising the injuries that Alisson picks up, and all the different types of injuries that they are. And Subasic is a top goalkeeper for a backup, as far as a backup goalkeeper goes. And Liverpool should have two great options in goal. Look at Tottenham. Look at Man United. Man United have got De Gea, who, yes, fair enough, hasn't been as good recently, but he's still sound. They're not going to sell him, let me just tell you that much. And then they've got Dean Henderson, who was starting for fucking Sheffield last year, by the way. And Sergio Romero, and he's not even moving. He's not moving an inch. Like, that's the only thing. I want Liverpool to stay on top. I feel like our starting 11 is perfect when everyone's fully fit. but that backup goalkeeper isn't, and that's just my opinion. So let me know in the comments down below all the things that I've just said there. Now a bit of transfer news. There's two big things here. First off, Harry Wilson, someone that we've been talking about a lot over the summer, someone that's been linked away from the club, but this is still not a permanent transfer move, people, which you think it would be with the amount of loan spells that he's had. Yesterday, I was seeing that he was linked with clubs like Nottingham, Derby County, Norwich, etc. Today, I'm seeing more links with Cardiff and Swansea. Obviously, the link is he's Welsh, they're Welsh teams. I think this would be a good move. For Harry Wilson. We know Ryan Brewster went to Swansea last season. It was a good spell for him. It was a good place for him to go as well. And you know what, mate? I was made up that he went there because it was able to show a little bit of ability, and it was able to give the new Sheffield United sign, and that is Ryan Brewster, the chance to excite his fans because they've seen something from him, and that's always good to see. So in this aspect, in terms of what's going on here with Harry Wilson, I think this would be good. And I don't know if we should just try and maybe push him for the permanent move. And I only say this because I don't really see how we get into that Liverpool team when you've got a young, promising, one of the biggest talents in world football in Harvey Elliott, in terms of people who are in and around that age group. We've got him, we've got other wingers like Jota, who's just came in. Origi, why class is a bit better. I'm not even going to lie, I'd even put Shaqiri above Harry Wilson. I know Harry Wilson's younger, but I just don't see a place for Harry Wilson in this squad. A few years ago, I would have gave him a chance, but now I just think his days are done at Liverpool, and I just think we should try and coop a good 15, 20 million for him. We know we certainly can with the players that we've sold for that price in the past. So, but like I said, be interactive in the comments down below. Do you want to see Harry Wilson stay? Do you think we need the numbers and the options? Or do you think it's just an unnecessary addition to the squad? Anyway, last thing before we end the video. Nathaniel Clyne, obviously he's not a Liverpool player anymore. He was released by the club this past summer. Obviously he done well at Liverpool for his early stages, was looking like to be a sound signing. I'm not going to lie, when we signed Clyne, yeah, I was so happy because it just seemed like such a big statement, and it was actually the season Brendan Rodgers got sacked. And we were coming from just having like Glenn Johnson and an injured like John Flanagan and just shit fullback. So when we signed Clyne, I was like, yeah, he's the real deal. He's like a proper right back who's going to do a job for us. And he did, and then he obviously got the injury problems, which then our boy Scouser, Trent Alexander-Arnold, came in and took the spot, which is unfortunate for Nathaniel Clyne. But in hindsight, I'm so happy that Trent did take the opportunity that was so well presented to him. But as for Palace, I think this is a good signing for your Palace fans. I'm not sure who your starting right back is now. My senses tell me that it's Joe Ward. I could be wrong in that. Let me know in the comments down below. But I do think this is an improvement to whatever you've got there at the moment. Unless like you made a signing that I don't know about, or I'm just not thinking of someone. But the last person who I remember being good in that position for you was Wan-Bissaka. Obviously he's at Man United now. So good move for Clyne. Glad that he's still got a move in the Premier League. We know how difficult it can be for some of these players to get a move. Let's be real. Look at Daniel Sturridge. Has he got a club yet? I'm not really too sure, mate. And even look at like Josh King, who's still in the Championship, still hasn't got a move. It's unreal. But that's a great move for Clyne. Great move for Palace. Good business all round. When it's a good move for the player and a good move for the club, then it's good business, and that's good business indeed. Let me know in the comments down below what I've thought, what I've talked about, everything in this video. Do you think that Naby Keita should get an inclusion? Let me know who you think should start in the midfield, in the derby. Do you agree with my point about James Rodriguez? On top of this, do you think we should sign Subasic? And lastly, what's your stance on Harry Wilson? Thank you for watching this video. This was another episode of 10 o'clock with Redmond. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, leave a subscribe, and follow me socials at JamesRedmond96 on Instagram, at JamesRedmond96 on Twitter. Anyway, thank you. See you in a bit, and ta-ra.